Ons komen besser bergen alle wel goed zijn. Enkel echt weer de moeder is best voor de Shabbos. Not everyone brings their Pesach to his house on Shabbos. So the first group goes out with their Pesachim, Yoshim Barabayas, and they stayed on Harabayas. Vashnio. And we'll see in the Peirush, it says over here, Erev Pesach is different when it happens on Shabbos. When Erev Pesach happens during the weekdays. When it happens during the weekdays, the owner of the korban takes the Pesach and he brings it to his house. And he roasts it and eats it at night. But when it happens on Shabbos, you can't bring it to your house. Because first of all, one time it was Peirush HaMeir, it may have been a Karmelis, and after you finish the mitzvah, there's no heter of ancient or migdosh. So they would stay on Beis Habayis until Motzei Shabbos. What was the order? Now, why they didn't bring their house into their houses? It says many reasons. The Machon Nesher says, from Rashi the Rambam would seem because it's Daled Amos Rishus Harabim you're carrying. Yerushalayim is Rishus Harabim. The question comes from Eruvin. Our Papa says only when the gates were broken in Yerushalayim it's called the Rishus Harabim. But after they fixed the gates, Yerushalayim happens to be like a courtyard of many that you can be making Erev on the whole thing. And since the doors were closed every night, therefore he questions that they didn't bring the Pesachim because of the issue of carrying them, because only in a tkufa, in a short period, was there a short period when the gates were broken. Therefore, you have to say the reason is because the Harabayis was a Karmelis. It was a very big open area, not meant to live in, and midrabban you can't carry there. Another reason is that they shouldn't by mistake roast the korban pesach on Shabbos, or when they would carry it on their shoulders, it looks like they're doing something which is a weekday activity of selling meat. The Meiri adds that the Azor and Harabayis are considered like Rishus HaYochid because they had mechitzas, they had walls around it, and therefore you could carry inside them the Pesach. But there was a portion of the Harabayis which was a Karmelis, and there you couldn't do it. And you can't say that in Beis HaMikdash there's no rabbinical edicts, because that's only in the Azorah, but not outside of it. Now, Harabayis had many walls, as we find in the Hilchos Beis HaBchira. The outer wall was the outer wall of the Harabayis. The inner wall was the one that butted the Azorah. In the middle, there was a short fence 10 tefachim high. On Shabbos, you couldn't carry from Harabayis till you could only carry after the Soreg, but not from Harabayis till the Soreg, because Harabayis had a wall before anyone lived there, and the wall permits carrying only when there's a dwelling place there as well. Not if in the dwelling place has to be there before the wall, not the reverse. So the Rambam Pano asks a question. In the Mishnah we find that the first group went out to Harabayis, so it seems they did carry on Harabayis, and he explains maybe it means within that area of the smaller wall. So his Yontiv questions on the Rosh, the question of the Rambam Pano, and he answers that the forbiddenness to carry in Harabayis is since it was made a wall before there was a house, it's only midrabanan, and Migdosh is no shvus. Therefore, it would seem that Harabayis as well, the rule applies that the rabbinical edicts do not apply there, but and not like the Meiri who says that only in Azor you say there's no rabbinical edicts. Furthermore, Toyes Yontiv writes, Harabayis is considered like having a dira, since it has within a place for those who watch the Migdosh. And therefore there were places also for the Kahanim and the Leviim. And they made that little wall was only to keep away the Goyim from going beyond the area that they're permitted to go. Rambam continues, on Shabbos the Kat Rishona goes out with their Pesachim, Yoshim B'Harabayis, and they sit on Harabayis. The second group goes out, Yoshim B'Chel, means that area between the small wall till the Azorah. It doesn't say sits, but they have to stand in Koimim B'Azorah, because you're not allowed to sit down in the Azorah. And the only Malchei Beis David could sit in the Beis HaMikdash, as we find in Hilchos Beis HaBchira, that everyone else could not sit in the Azorah. Vishoyim hakoil, and everyone waits at Motzei Shabbos until nightfall. V'hoilach kol echad b'pischoi lebeisoi, and everyone goes with their Korban Pesach to his house.